Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I'm back to bring you, I guess you could say, your next, more or less, baby steps video to becoming a better player at the game. This is meant for players that are brand new to CS as a whole, maybe not necessarily CS Source, but CSGO, definitely. If you're new to the Counter-Strike genre in general, and you really want to learn how to be a better player, then this will help you out. So now, my first video was actually how to play on T-side, how to get better at it, things of that nature, and now my team kind of won a slight lead, and we're going into the, well, we won with a slight lead. The scoreboard here is actually bugged out. It says 10 and 10. It should not say 10 and 10, but I imagine that has something to do with me toying around with demo UI. As you can see, it says round 15 out of 30. Now it says round 16 out of 30. There we go. The score has been reset correctly. Now, this is what I want you to pay attention to very specifically. There are one or two maps in the map pool where, statistically speaking, terrorist side has a higher victory rate than counter-terrorist side, at least at the competitive level of play. I believe Dust 2 is one of those maps, but at the same time, that victory rate that was recorded, that statistic, that number that I saw, was only 51%. So it's slightly higher. It's not really what I guess you could say is 100% through and through, solid all the way. But we're going to go ahead and get through that. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not a pro gamer. I'm just here to teach you to be a better player. One of the things that always makes me angry as a player is when something happens and there's nothing that I can do about it to make, how do I say this, improve my performance. Like, say, back in the day when I was living in a different place, I had crappy internet, and if my neighbors, and all of the neighbors on my floor shared it, if we were sharing the internet and my neighbors had to download some update for World of Warcraft and they were hogging all the internet and I just couldn't play, that's when I would rage. I've done this before with StarCraft as well, but try to learn not to spite your opponents. Now, as you can see, I'm walking to mid again, and the reason why I come here, and mid's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. The reason why I come here is because I've got these nice headphones that I can hear. They're the HyperX sound, and I told my teammates, okay, so there's like 2 or 3 guys going short A. I didn't actually say that, but I could definitely confirm it was short A. We didn't get down on it quickly enough, and so what happened was 2 of my teammates fell in the process, and we are slated to lose the pistol round. We picked up 1 frag, and one of my teammates said, they're coming from behind you. I said, okay, I got you. And just like the previous pistol round that you saw on terrorist side, I managed to get a single kill for my time at least. And couldn't get a second, but it was 3 versus 1. They already had bomb planted. They knew I had to come to them, and they knew that there was only one viable direction that I could come to them at. Now, as you can see, we've got some pretty low money. No one's buying anything right now. So what do we say? We say eco. What does eco mean? Eco means you buy something cheap. There's no real, I don't think there's any strict rule to, you know, buying something in eco mode, but typically I like to try and think that maybe I can get lucky. So what I'm doing is I'm carrying a Zeus, which is a one-shot kill weapon. And at this point I'm just yelling out like wild B, B, B. And I get nothing with that Zeus. The guy was too far away for 1 and 2. My shot missed. Got a little bit of damage off on that guy. But the reason why you go eco is because if you go on losing streaks, you get more and more money. But we'll see how much I got after this round. Right now it's 2,100, adding on 1,900. Losing the pistol round, we got 1,400, I believe. But yeah, so we're at 4,000 now. That's enough to buy an M4, but it's not what I want to do. So I say one more eco round, but Bin Laden, well, Bin Laden was actually the lowest ranked out of all of us, at least skill-wise. And I think on the scoreboard as well. Hang on, let me get rid of the demo UI here and verify. Yeah, he was 6 and 14, as you can see. I'm in second here. It's not too important at the moment, but teammates calling out the enemy position, so I decide to rotate. And there's a guy coming behind me at short A that I don't see. I hear him, but I don't see him. At this point, I do something that's like most of the time you're not gonna win a pistol round, an eco round, if you will. Those are meant to get you money, so that just meant to make you save money, so that you can get away with better weapons. $700. I'm not sure why that was at the top, except for the fact that None of us got. I can't say. I can't say why it said that at the top. Maybe it's a demo bug. Who knows? But finally, we got enough money to buy rifles, and that's what we're all doing. And I want you guys to pay special attention to how we're playing because we're not doing any of this YOLO swag stuff, things of that nature. And we're about even with the terrorists. I think that meter. Oh, equipment value. Okay, finally read it. Now I know what it means. But I mean, like, none of us have much left in the bank, so if we lose this round, maybe if we got another 2400 we could do something, but it would be very difficult to work with. I play mid, it's a dirty job, so I'm not gonna do it. I don't play op well, so I just don't pick it up. I don't buy it. And I let my teammates op. If I can afford to buy my teammates an op, I will. And at this point, as you can see on the minimap, number 5 there, let me see if I can show you that. Number 5 there is in the tunnels, and I'm just listening very carefully. I'm calling all of this out as well. What you'll hear me typically say is something short, something brief, like I got movement in tunnels. This was a flash that had me blinded quite well. The demo doesn't capture that, but I managed to get a kill. And this guy did not do what he should have, and that is checking your corners as soon as you flashbang. It's 4 versus 2 at this point. Our teammate was calling out the location of the bomb guy, so we decided to relocate. And at this point, simply based on the fact that we know his location, he's not going anywhere anytime soon, we all just decided, okay, let's just make sure they can't get out of that location. And back at home, Barkin there got the guy. He was coming out of long A. You got to be able to identify these things first person, but I can't do this. And this, I'm sorry, that was a little bit funny. Let's go back a little bit. Oh boy. But, never mind. That's not important. I killed my own teammate by mistake. He was jumping after I killed that guy. And it was still in the same, I guess you'd say, burst that I was shooting at him with. I apologized with him vehemently. And I believe I bought him a weapon too. Yeah. So, I mean, that's one thing you should do. Not necessarily if you kill your teammate by accident, but definitely if your teammate's going to need a weapon. And you think you can predict that. Or if you can see that. On the minimap here, like, we can't really identify where they are at the moment. And the reason why I jumped this guy, I kind of, like, moved my cursor there to the upper right. Because I thought I had killed him sooner, and then I moved it back towards his body center because I'm like, oh snap, he's still alive, you know? But we're up one guy, or actually we're even with them right now. I'm extremely lit, so I have to play very conservatively. I can't remember if I lived or died this round. But I'm keeping myself kind of pre-rotated at long A. I should wear my headphones just to give you guys some perspective of what I'm thinking in this game. I hear nothing in tunnels, so that means one of two things. Either A, the enemy team is walking in tunnels, or B, the enemy team is in a different location, and that would actually be B in this scenario. Opper gets him, and then we're good to go. It's also worth noting that, I mean, if you can play conservatively, in this particular demo, my team lost both of the pistol rounds. Pistol rounds are very critical. Maybe I can show you guys a better idea of how to get a strong start on Dust 2 if my teammate wins pistol round on T side. I've got some tactics up my sleeves that work then. And I can hear a guy at short this point. I did hear something drop, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a weapon or if it was bomb itself, but at this point we know someone's not someone is at short A, but wait, one of the guys called it, so that's why I threw a frag up there. That's what I remember now. I played this game maybe 2 or 3 hours ago, which is why I'm recalling all of this and why I'm talking to you guys about it. Just sharing my thoughts. Again, I'm explaining my decision-making process. I used to be Master Guardian Elite, I believe was the name of the rank, and that just means I had 2 AKs instead of 4 stars right next to my name. But then I took like a year-long break from CSGO. I was busy with other games. Okay. So at this point, we're just playing it slow. We've got money, we've got weapons. If you check the enemy team's bank, they just lost the last round. They bought out on everything they could. And I mean, for terrorists, that's not really a big problem, because terrorist side, their weapons are cheaper, and the AK, which is the standard, I believe it costs 2,700, but all it takes is one shot to the head at any distance, just about any distance on Dust 2, and you are dead, insta-dead. Now, I remember here, in a few minutes, something funny kind of happens, and I said, oh, okay, there's only one left at this point. And then I killed this guy, and then I said, excuse me, there was only one left. Who taught me to speak English, you know? But, again, like, this is showing you guys what you should do. If you don't need to buy something, don't buy it. It's the best advice that I can give you for this level of play. I'm not a pro, far from it, because pros have better aim. But if we just look at the tab right now, we're getting information in the demo that you will not have in-game. You can't just hit tab, check the scoreboard, and immediately know what the enemy team's income is. Now, I did see a guy coming B there, and I'm like, guys, there's like 2 guys in tunnels that I could see. In fact, there were 4. One of our guys decides to go YOLO, and he's pushing short A. One of their guys is going YOLO and pushing mid. Just a little bit. I'm like, oh snap. Throw a flashbang. That's not meant to get a kill so much as it's meant to keep them away from me. One thing that I remember kind of bothered me about this round was I did 99 damage in 5, and the way you figure out how much damage you did over the course of the game is you just hit the console button, which is to the left of 1. Make sure you have that enabled, and then you're good to go. And it'll show you how much damage you did over the course of the entire round. Guy with a Nova gets 2 headshots on me. Kind of made me, it rustled my jimmies. It rustled my jimmies, let's put it that way. Enemy team's planting. Then it turns into a 1 versus 2 scenario. And this is a little bit funny, I think. No, I'm sorry. I was thinking of a different round. Hang on. We do win this one. It was kind of a narrow victory. I'm not going to go into extreme specifics about how, why it happened, etc.
We must move.
But again, let's go back to the subject of economy. If you're forcing your enemy team to buy every round, you're basically dealing a punch out on them that makes them perform a little bit weaker every round. Yes, we've seen eco rounds won by pro gamers, but those are guys like they know exactly what they're doing. Every opportunity you have to force your enemy team to make a buy is worth taking. So for example, if you know where the last guy is and he's saving a weapon just as time is running out, I'd say it's worth risking your own life to get the kill. Now at this moment, I can hear some guys in mid, and I'm just like, oh snap. Now, one thing I checked later on, when you're shooting through metal, yes, you can wall. I die here, by the way. When you're shooting through metal, yes, you can wall. Your bullets will penetrate the metal, but it wouldn't be as strong as, say, of course, just hitting them straight out in the middle of air, or even if they were penetrating wood, for example. So I hit that guy for 5 shots, and altogether I did 41 damage. If I had to guess, that was 29 damage on the initial impact bullet that didn't hit him through metal, and then like maybe 2 damage, 3 damage for each shot that I dealt on him through that metal, if you will.
Flashbang.
So our last guy on our team is Barkin. You know, I told him you can save, bro. Like we all encouraged him to save because it's 4 versus 1. Time is down, but I thought this was a little bit weak. He wasn't keeping an eye on not his corners, but he wasn't really pre-rotating, if you will.
Let's go.
Enemy team's got too many scouts, too many ops, and I think that's what really brought them down this particular round. At least now that I see it from the demo's perspective. I did not know this before we got started on this round. So you're checking our economies. Right now I'm bought out. Like, I spend all my money on something, but I forget what. Wait, where am I? Oh, I was following Barkin by mistake. There we go. I went to long A. But yeah. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
So at this point, we're trying to figure out where the enemy team is. I don't hear any footsteps, but these guys know exactly what walking does and the advantages it has. Take note that you don't hear any footsteps right now. That's because I'm walking, and if there's anyone nearby, no one can hear me. It's just that simple. It can get you, it gets you a leg up. It can surprise your enemies, or sometimes it can surprise you. But this is an interesting little play that I made happen here, if I'm not mistaken. They threw a frag out that window. They didn't have the bomb at the moment. And I'm just like, whatever, yellow frag. My teammates were like, yeah, way to go. And then my teammate called for me to grab the op. Now, why do you grab an op? Because it's better than spending money on an op. Of course, it costs $4,700 for crying out loud. And then you give it to your teammates. I don't even like using the op. So that's why I grabbed it for him. I said, can you buy me an M4? He says, yeah, I'll do that for you. And how do I know he bought me an M4? Because it doesn't have the atomic alloy skin on it, which is my own skin from my own M4. So yeah, just some FYI, you know, some did you knows, some things that you will need to know if you really want to become a better player at this game. This is just, I guess we could say, a baby steps tutorial. So that's it for now, guys. I'm Breaker TV. I will go ahead and upload this video to YouTube. Maybe it helps you.